is it some of my all-time favorite characters are not the main character? That's right, today I'm deep diving into supporting characters. Specifically, Edna Mode from The Incredibles, Fat Amy from Pitch Perfect, and Éowyn from The Lord of the Rings. And I'm gonna create a new supporting character inspired by all three of them too. So what is a supporting character? They are a character in a story who is not the primary focus, but plays a crucial role in aiding, challenging, and influencing the protagonist. And why have I chosen Edna Mode, Fat Amy, and Éowyn to analyse right now? Basically because of their cultural impact. Edna's distinct style and memorable one-liners have made her an iconic character. I love that her role has inspired various fan interpretations and references. Fat Amy's confidence and positive attitude serve as a source of empowerment and inspiration. I love that she challenges stereotypes and embraces who she is. And Éowyn embodies themes of defiance, courage, and breaking free from restrictive roles. I love that her character demonstrates that heroism comes in many forms.
I am no man.
JC, how will you merge these three supporting characters from completely different franchises into one new character? First, let's look at what a writer can do to create an awesome supporting character. Conflict and relationships. Supporting characters should enhance the story by either 1. Building conflict, 2. Deepening relationships. Why? Because we want these things to add complexity to the protagonist's journey. How? Well, supporting characters can act as obstacles or allies that help or hinder the protagonist, therefore making us invest in the protagonist's journey even more. For example, a loyal friend might offer support during a crisis, or a rival might provoke the protagonist to grow. Also, the supporting character's different viewpoints and actions can add layers to the story, which can make the main conflict the protagonist is experiencing more meaningful. Basically, supporting characters make things more interesting. For example, Edna Mode creates conflict and depth to the protagonist's journey with her strong opinions.
This is a hobo suit, darling. You can't be seen in this.
She insists on changing Mr. Incredible's suit to reflect her high standards.
Go on, your new suit will be finished before your next assignment.
You know I'm retired from hero work.
As am I, Robert. Yet here we are.
Her super suits also enhance the conflict by demonstrating the practical and emotional stakes involved for these heroes, foreshadowing things to come. Her conversations with Mr. Incredible and his family give insight into who they are and what they stand for. This scene in the first movie is a perfect example.
Men at Robert's age are often unstable, prone to weakness.
She reveals Mr. Incredible's past struggles and his desire to be heroic.
Do you know where he is?
Edna's blunt but caring attitude helps Helen gain clarity on these things. So Edna really does make the franchise more engaging, particularly because her inclusion highlights the importance of teamwork and individuality in overcoming adversity, right? Right. Now, let's look at Fat Amy. She has undeniable chemistry with the rest of the Bard and Bellas, particularly with the protagonist, Becca. Becca! Her humour creates opportunities for the other characters to show their vulnerabilities. Or her humour masks underlying insecurities within herself and even the other characters. Other times, her humour creates friction or misunderstanding, especially when it clashes with the more disciplined or competitive Bellas.
What are you doing?
I'm doing horizontal running.
car is that all running?
Her arc across the entire franchise involves embracing individuality and ignoring pressures to conform, which mirrors Becca's own struggles. Their relationship helps them both grow and eventually helps Becca integrate successfully into the group in the first movie and helps Becca redeem the Barden Bellas in the World Championships in the second movie and helps Becca keep the group together during the reunion tour in the third movie. However, when it comes to the third movie, Fat Amy becomes a more prominent character. Why? Because her strained relationship with her father creates conflict. Significant conflict. It serves as a subplot that impacts her, Becca, and the rest of the Bellas. Fat Amy's experiences around this subplot add emotional depth to the theme of personal identity and self-worth, showing that even the most confident characters have their own struggles and growth.
So when I was 18, I had to run away, which was a real because of the chafing.
So Fat Amy definitely plays a crucial role in Becca's journey and the overall story. Don't you think? What about Éowyn? Her affection for Aragorn creates a subtle but significant emotional conflict throughout the story. Her love for him is unrequited. Because Aragorn is already in love with Arwen. Éowyn is pained by Aragorn's rejection, and this helps Aragorn understand the impact of his decisions on others, and makes him reflect on the responsibilities that come with becoming king.
I fear neither death nor pain.
What do you fear, my lady?
Moreover, witnessing Éowyn's struggle with her destiny also adds layers to Aragorn's understanding of heroism. Heroism can take many forms.
A time may come for valor without renown. Who then will your people look to in the last defense?
Éowyn's relationship with her uncle, King Theoden, also generates conflict. She obviously cares for him, right? But she becomes frustrated by him and his decisions.
You must lead the people to Helm's Deep, and make haste.
I can fight!
No!
Still, she helps reinvigorate Theoden's sense of duty and strength as a leader.
And she was left alone, to tend her king in growing fear, doomed to wait upon an old man who should have loved her as a father.
Also, through her, he recognizes the importance of acknowledging the personal struggles of those around him. It makes him a more empathetic ruler.
I would have you smile again, not grieve for those whose time has come.
Éowyn's relationship with Faramir is less about conflict and more about story depth. Their shared experience of grief and healing helps give a hopeful resolution to the entire story, thank goodness. What is even more interesting, I think, is the conflict between Éowyn and the traditional roles imposed on women in that world. We watch her fight to prove her worth as a warrior, and it is such a pivotal moment when she slays the Witch King.
I am no man.
Her actions here directly impact the outcome of the conflict. Hell yeah! Think about your supporting characters. Do they? 1. Build conflict. 2. Deepen relationships. They do? Yay! So JC, what else do you need to create an awesome supporting character? Authenticity. We want supporting characters to be dimensional. Even if we never find out as much about them as the protagonist, we still need them to feel real. Why? Because it makes the world and story more believable and engaging. Some elements that can help with this are 1. Well-developed backstories, and 2. Distinct traits. Supporting characters should have their own histories and motivations. Wonder how noisy that is for the microphone. I will find out in editing. So they should have their own histories and motivations. For what purpose? So their backstories can influence their actions and relationships with the protagonist. Remember, supporting characters can act as obstacles or allies that help or hinder the protagonist. And each supporting character should have unique characteristics like personality, goals, quirks, etc., etc., because this helps avoid confusion and keeps them memorable for the audience. This is particularly important if your story has lots and lots and lots of supporting characters to remember.
Weren't you just in the news? Some show in Prague?
Milan, darling, Milan.
Edna Mode has a rich background, although not all details are explicit in the movie. What we do know is she is an experienced fashion designer for superheroes. Her disdain for capes is so hilarious, yet practical.
Meta Man, Express Elevator, Diner Guy, Snag on Takeoff, Splashdown, sucked into a vortex. Nook it!
You can tell she is dedicated to her craft and takes immense pride in her work. No wonder Mr. Incredible chose to consult with her.
Of course you can leave the baby overnight. I'm sure filling in for Helen is challenging and you are very tired and the other children need you and miss you and you must go to them.
Edna is a distinct character for many reasons. Her high energy, blunt, and no-nonsense attitude contrasts sharply with the more conventional characters. Her flamboyant fashion sense and distinct voice make her unforgettable too.
Edna Mode. And guess.
She has goals, like to design the perfect superhero costume, and she has skills.
The important thing is that the student tracker anticipated the change and alerted you.
She brings technical knowledge and innovation to the table. What about Fat Amy? Her backstory isn't extensively explored, particularly in the first two movies. But it's clear that her experiences with self-image and family dynamics play a significant role in shaping her character.
I joined this group so I could hang out with a bunch of really cool chicks. And also because I was really sick of all my boyfriends and I need to get away from that.
This explains why she has such a strong, confident exterior and why she often uses humor as a defense mechanism. I mean, her real name is Patricia.
And my real name is Fat Patricia.
She adopts the nickname Fat Amy as a way of reclaiming and embracing her own identity with confidence.
You call yourself Fat Amy?
Yeah, so twig like you don't do it behind my back.
Fat Amy is a distinct supporting character for many reasons. Her confidence, humor, and unapologetic attitude make her a standout of the ensemble.
I still can't believe they let my sexy fat ass in.
I think the writers worked really hard to make the key Bellas different from each other. Do you agree? More importantly though, it's Fat Amy's goal to be accepted for who she is that adds depth to her character and makes her a compelling ally to the protagonist, Becca. Becca! I think that's my favorite line in the whole franchise.
You can't say no. You've got to do it. Your real family doesn't hold you back. They lift you up.
What about Éowyn? Éowyn is the niece of King Theoden and a warrior in her own right. She has lost both of her parents.
She was a girl when they brought her father back dead, cut down by orcs. She watched her mother succumb to grief.
Her backstory also hints that she has led a life of isolation and frustration. Why? Because Rohan's patriarchal society limits her and sidelines her.
I'm to be sent with the women into the caves.
That is an honorable charge.
To mind the children, to find food and bedding when the men return.
It's clear she desires for more than what is expected of her as a woman.
Why should Merry be left behind? He has as much cause to go to war as you. Why can he not fight for those he loves?
Her distinct traits include her skill in combat, her leadership qualities, and her unyielding spirit.
Courage, Merry. Courage for our friends.
Her goal is for agency and recognition. It's why her iconic line, "I am no man," is so satisfying. By overcoming barriers, Éowyn truly enhances the themes of bravery and personal growth.
I am going to save you.
you already did.
Think about your supporting characters. Do they have 1. Well-developed backstories? 2. Distinct traits? They do! Yay! JC, what else do you need to create an awesome supporting character? One of these jumpers. Purpose and relevance. Each supporting character should have a clear role that either 1. Supports the protagonist's development, or 2. Advances the plot. Otherwise, why have you included them? You could risk cluttering the story and pulling focus from what's really important. Instead, you want them so well integrated that if you did remove them, the story would fall apart. Lucky for us, the purpose of supporting characters usually falls into these categories. 1. Supporter. 2. Antagoniser. And 3. Informer. Edna primarily serves as an informer and to some extent a supporter.
But babysitting this one, I do for free, darling.
As an informer, she provides crucial tools and insights. Without her, the superheroes wouldn't have the technological edge they need and the story would be lacking. Let's look at Fat Amy. She primarily fits into the supporter role. She provides comic relief, emotional support, and encouragement to the Barden Bellas. More specifically, she supports the protagonist Becca by being a loyal friend.
You're the most talented person that I know, and I've met 3 of the Wiggles.
Fat Amy occasionally acts as an antagonizer though. Her outlandish behaviour can create moments of tension or conflict within the group.
Tell me what?
Oh, you misunderstood me. I clearly said rum-pum crocker, schmeller.
However, this antagonism is more about personal dynamics and comedic effect, rather than being a true obstacle to the protagonist's goal.
She's turning! Brace yourself!
Without her, the story would lack some of its humour and emotional depth. And in the 3rd movie, it would lack this hilarious subplot.
Because Fat Amy is coming for you. Now!
What about Éowyn? Éowyn aligns with the role of supporter, antagonizer, and informer. She provides moral support and encouragement to her uncle, Theoden, and also to her people during the more turbulent times of the story. Her support is crucial in the final battle, where her actions and determination help turn the tide in the battle. Éowyn is an antagonizer because her desire to fight is a source of tension, especially when she defies the wishes of those around her, like her brother.
War is the province of men, Éowyn.
And Éowyn is an informer, but not in the traditional sense. She does not provide key plot information, but her arc sheds light on themes of identity and heroism, which, remember, has a huge influence on Aragon.
They will follow you into battle, even to death. You have given us hope.
Overall, Éowyn is an integral part of the story, lending these roles to enrich everything. Removing her from the story would undermine important thematic elements and character dynamics, particularly for the key character of Aragon. Ugh, what a man. Time to think about your supporting characters. Do they 1. Support the protagonist's development, or 2. Advance the plot? They do! Yay! Are they a supporter, an antagonizer, an informer? Whatever your answer, I love that for you. Okay, let's mash. I want to bring together the humour and inventiveness of Edna Mode, the bold individuality of Fat Amy, and the courageous courageous defiance of traditional roles seen in Éowyn. So, Lyra Quinn is a brilliant inventor, a skilled swordswoman, and a passionate singer. Wait, what? Okay, past JC. She hails from a fantasy setting where magic and technology intertwine, and she is known for her unconventional designs, sharp wit, and determination to defy social norms. So, how does Lyra Quinn build conflict? Her alternative, unconventional approach to technology and magic clash with the protagonist's traditional methods. So, her strong opinions create tension, but also push the protagonist to reconsider their views. It would be fun if Lyra's inventions initially caused complications, but then ultimately proved crucial in overcoming obstacles. So how does Lyra Quinn deepen relationships? Whenever she sings, she demonstrates such empathy and vulnerability that when others hear her beautiful voice, it challenges them to look within. She often sings about women trailblazers before her, which reinforces the themes of individuality and breaking free from tradition. Again, challenging those who listen to question how they view the world around them. So what is Lyra Quinn's backstory? She grew up in a society where women were expected to adhere to traditional roles, like singing in choirs. But she was also drawn to the art of invention and the thrill of combat. Like her mother before her, Lyra trained as a singer from a young age. Her father was a renowned magician and warrior, and she looked up to him, so much so she secretly trained to fight. Oh yeah. Her brother found out, and instead of dobbing her into their parents, he helped Lyra develop her passion for technology and magic. So, what are Lyra Quinn's distinct traits? She is a genius inventor, creating high-tech weaponry and magical gadgets. Her creations are often quirky and visually striking, reflecting her vibrant personality. She has an unyielding spirit. Her determination to break free from societal constraints and prove her worth drives much of her story. So, is Lyra Quinn a supporter, antagonizer, or informer? Lyra primarily functions as an informer by providing inventions and insights that propel the story forward. But she also acts as a supporter, boosting the protagonist's morale through her inspiring singing. Additionally, Lyra serves as an antagonizer by challenging established norms and methods. Her removal would disrupt the balance of technological, emotional, and thematic elements in the story. I feel like I should write a story that goes around her now. My brains are ticking. It's a thinking. It's coming up with ideas right now. I need to go write them down. Until the next smash. Bye! Because clappity clap clap, I got my Jamie French jumper all ready to go. You guys, you don't be noisy while I record. No, you don't be noisy. You want to be a supporting character in